Jermall Charlo can be champion at 168. This is Ayo Boxing with Madiba, and let's talk about it. After being out of the ring for a year and a half, battling mental health issues and everything else in between, Jermall Charlo came back this past weekend and dominated Thomas Lamana. And yeah, it's Lamana. He's not a top tier contender, but let's not act like Charlo did not look sharp. He was poised, his jab was on point and sharp, and he hurt Lamana several times and got a doctor stoppage. He wasn't 100%, but he looked good enough to remind you how much he's been missed in boxing. It's honestly wild when you think of how much of his prime has been wasted. With his talent, his size, and that jab, he should have done more at middleweight. He should have at least matched what his twin Jermall did, if not surpassed that. But that doesn't have to be the end of his story. Matter of fact, this could be the beginning of part 2 for Jermall Charlo's career. If he stays active and locked in, Charlo can have another title run at 168. Let me explain. Right now, the 168 landscape is built around Canelo, who still holds all the belts and plans to fight Crawford in September. If Crawford wins, there's a real chance those belts get vacated and split across mandatories. If Canelo wins, chances are he's going to drop at least 1 or 2 belts to avoid going through another gauntlet of mandatories. If he doesn't, he'll just have to face all 4 of his mandatories like before. Either way, the belts will open up, and when that happens, the fighters in position will be the first ones to become champions. Jermall Charlo is currently ranked number 2 in the WBA. The obvious place to fight the number 1 ranked Bektemir, or go after the WBA regular champion, which is Armando Resendiz. Resendiz is the smarter path because that fight is in-house. Both guys are with the PBC, and holding the regular title gives you a front row seat when a world title becomes vacant or when the champion has to fight the mandatory. Resendiz already said he wants to fight Charlo next, but there's a rematch clause with Plant, so it really depends on what Plant wants to do. And Plant is still ranked number 4 in WBA, so that's still a good fight for Charlo if Plant does not want to rematch Resendiz. Even if that fight still doesn't have the same hype as it once did, it's still a good matchup. Then you got Edgar Berlanga at number 5, assuming he gets past Hamza Shiraz. If Jermall Charlo wants to fight one more time this year, and then twice in 2026, which he should, then those are the 4 names that he should circle and focus on: Resendiz, Plant, Bektemir, and Berlanga. However, none of these are guaranteed wins. Let's be honest. Plant, despite losing, could be a stylistic problem. He struggles against pressure fighters, but does better against boxer punchers like Charlo. That slick movement and early speed could give Charlo some trouble. Resendiz brings pressure non-stop, but that actually might work in Charlo's favor. He's a great counterpuncher, and that jab could disrupt everything. Bektemir, well, that might be the worst stylistic matchup. He's a southpaw, good footwork, and tricky rhythm. But after what I saw from his fight against Darius Fulgrim, I don't think Charlo would get overwhelmed by Bektemir. He could handle him with the right approach. Berlanga, honestly, he's probably the most basic of the bunch, but also the most dangerous, because even though he's limited technically, he's got real power. If Berlanga can catch you, then you might be in trouble. So again, this is all about focus. If Charlo stays locked in, stays in the gym, and gets through at least 2 of these guys, he's right there in line for a title shot at 168 by next year. And based on what I saw this weekend, in the ring and in the post-fight interview, it looks like Jermall Charlo is finally ready to take the second chapter seriously. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Box with Madiba. Hit like, subscribe, and more content's coming your way.